In 1077, the Turks took over the Holy Land. Byzantine Emperor Alexius I requested help from Pope Urban II. This led to the beginning of the First Crusade. However, the crusade didn't begin until 1096. Before the official start of this crusade, Peter the Hermit led another crusade made of peasants called the People's Crusade.
Peter the Hermit, who was a former soldier, heard the Pope's speech about the First Crusade and receiving penance for joining. He went and preached to the common people of Europe and encouraging them to join. Many were convinced not only because of his works, but also because of the tales of miracles that followed Peter. The People's Crusade was very disorganized and Peter was unable to keep them under control, so he went to Constantinople to ask for Alexius for advice. While he was gone, the remaining forces was destroyed by the Turks, and when Peter heard about the defeat, he decided to stay in Constantinople until the main forces of the First Crusade arrived.
The official First Crusade started on August 16, 1096. The forces of the official First Crusade set out as the People's Crusade reached the Holy Land. They arrived at Constantinople in 1097. By then, the People's Crusade had been utterly destroyed.
After arriving in Constantinople, the First Crusade went on to Antioch, a mostly Christian city, and besieged it. So they surrounded the city and waited for the people inside to either surrender or run out of supplies. But it ends up backfiring on the Crusaders since they don't have a strong supply line to outlast the people in Antioch. The Crusaders were only able to enter and capture Antioch with the help from a trader inside the city. While the Crusaders were inside Antioch, a Turkish army came and surrounded them, but a monk inside the city had a vision that told the Crusaders to rush out of Antioch and attack the Turkish army, and that's how they were able to successfully escape.
After capturing Antioch and settling some disagreements, the Crusaders finally start heading towards Jerusalem. They arrive on June 7, 1099.
When the Crusaders arrived at Jerusalem, the governor at the time was sure that the city could outlast them a siege because Jerusalem was allied with Egypt. A little while after they had arrived, the Crusader army set up siege towers, and some of the Crusaders made it over the walls and were able to open the gate, which let the rest of the army enter. The governor surrendered soon after he found out that the Crusaders had made it into the city. The people in Jerusalem were promised by the leaders of the crusade that those who were inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque would not be harmed, but many of the Crusaders did not honor that promise, and they slaughtered hundreds of Muslim and Jewish men, women, and children.
The Crusaders had achieved their goal, and Jerusalem was in Christian hands. An Egyptian army attacked Jerusalem a few weeks later. The Crusaders were able to hold out and defeat the advancing Egyptians, even though they were outnumbered and Muslim resistance ended for a bit. The Christians established 4 small states under the leaders of the crusade.
The 4 Crusader states were the Principality of Antioch, the County of Edessa, the County of Tripoli, and the most important, the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Many of the first Crusaders went back home or settled in the land they captured from the Muslims. As the Christians blended with the Muslims that they spared, a new culture formed.
After accomplishing their mission, many Crusaders returned back to Europe, some with riches and a few with holy relics. But in the end, the First Crusade was successful, unlike all the other crusades to come.
Oh, you have to see it.
Go ahead.
The 4 Crusade. Okay, wait.
Peter the Hermit was a former soldier.
Let the rest of the Crusader army enter.
And receiving penance.
Came and surrounded them, but a monk inside the city.
Ready? You have to say action.
Action.
You have been rolling this whole time?